Yeah, Jason. So, my headline today is from Ben Adlin and Marijuana Moment. Six governors push Biden to ensure marijuana is rescheduled by the end of this year. Six U.S. governors sent a letter to President Joe Biden yesterday in an effort to get cannabis rescheduled to Schedule 3 of the Controlled Substances Act by the end of this year. Governors J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, Kathy Hochul of New York, Phil Murphy of New Jersey, Wes Moore of Maryland, and John Bell Edwards of Louisiana were led by Colorado's Jared Polis in making an argument that they say will provide economic and tax benefits for cannabis businesses, protect public health, and more closely align government policy with public opinion. The governors noted that recent Department of Health and Human Services recommendation to reschedule comes on the heels of 38 states creating their own state markets and regulatory systems, and that many of the benefits of rescheduling would be economic, an area that Biden could definitely use a boost in given recent poll numbers. It's now been more than 3 months since news leaked of HHS sending recommendation to the DEA that cannabis be rescheduled as a Schedule 3 drug. The joint letter, see what I did there? Joint letter.
I see that.
Comes at a critical time for the Biden administration as the fatigued president's been losing support due to his own Democratic base's criticism of how he's handled national response to crisis in Gaza, continued monetary support of the war in Ukraine, surging migrant numbers at the southern border, all while most in the nation fail to see or experience the alleged benefits of Bidenomics on an ailing U.S. economy. Can I get the sad trombone there, Jason?
Look at that, bro. Production at work right there.
You like that? You like that?
Yes.
In addition to all that, a number of national polls tracking voter sentiment for the 2024 election show the octogenarian trailing a four-time indicted wannabe dictator addicted to deep orange-hued spray tan in head-to-head matchup hypotheticals. Could a positive public response to this letter and an end-of-year push to reschedule cannabis be just what the doctor ordered? Or will he forget the letter was even written and let an ever opportunistic Trump campaign take up the cannabis issue in yet another stolen glory moment for the ages? I have no idea why you think that I'm asking you guys. But I will tell you this much. I am Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for I9 News, and I will continue to talk my shit about both sides of this dumpster fire of a presidential election cycle as the drama unfurls. Jason?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Oh, man, Joe Biden, President Biden is going to sleep all the way on this one. He's going to go nap time. The caretakers are going to hold him up. I don't think that this shit is going to get done before the end of the year. He's only got a few more days left.
In life?
Yeah. I think he's saving that in the bag of carrots for the election time, maybe. I don't think it's happening before 2024.
It's not happening. It's not happening this year. I can tell you that much. Maybe next year.
I think it's a layup for him to take up this issue, especially if Trump has not taken it up yet. They need some kind of positive sentiment. They need some kind of positive energy for this base, and I think cannabis is something that will definitely energize them. But even if rescheduling is not what
so you're saying that cannabis doesn't make you
want?
You're saying cannabis doesn't make you lazy since it'll re-energize them? Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
I'm not saying that.
That Durban poison it will.
but you guys saw how energized everybody was when he made that bullshit statement about about pardoning everybody and freeing all the fucking prisoners, which he did not do. Everybody was hyped up about that.
Yeah, they were.
And it did nothing. If he just says something about it, they're going to get hyped up and they're going to be energized. And he's missing this opportunity if he doesn't. Go ahead, Luke.
Please explain to me what Bidenomics is, because I didn't think he did anything for the economy. I didn't know we had a system. I thought it was just kind of willingly just.
It's made up, Luke.
It's Bidenomics.
It is.
Means you're going to pay more for everything.
Hey, that's not malarkey. That's a catchy name. What are you talking about?
Jack. Catch that, Jack.
Oh, man.
But
you
listen,
guys.
hey, Rico, just maybe we can go back to the tapes, but forgive me if I'm wrong. But didn't you with Gretchen that it would be Schedule 3 by end of the year?
He said a lot of things. I don't know if he remembers.
Who? No.
I don't even know if he knows what those things do that he said are going to happen.
No, Luke is saying, didn't you have a bet with Gretchen that it would be rescheduled before the end of the year?
I had two bets. That's one of my $100 bets with Gretchen. I know Gretchen ain't here right now, but I will be hitting her up later. That's one of my bets with Gretchen. The other one was that safe banking was not going to be passed after the by the time of Congress getting back in session, and it wasn't. So Gretchen owes me two blue faces.
Oh boy.
Next time I see her, I will be in D.C. At the top of the year visiting family, and I will show up to her front door saying, "What the fuck is up?" Because I know her pit bulls do not fight and they do not bite.
Yeah, that's right. They're softies. Yeah. You just throw a little
Just hold up
steak
your
over the
QR
door.
code, bro. Just hold up your Venmo QR code right now. She's watching.
Right?
Oh, you
Bet
guys are
that.
funny. You guys are funny.
Cash App, Venmo,
Yeah.
all that. Gretchen, I know you watching. Run me that
No,
money.
Yeah, we love you, Gretch. Listen, but I think you were a little off on the prediction.
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh
Very
boy. Oh
positive.
boy. I mean, I don't understand why these governors are pushing Biden to reschedule cannabis. I think it's ridiculous.
They don't know what they're talking about, Jason.
I know this. That's my point. Is they're clamming around policy that just doesn't work for the industry. And they're trying to get all the MSOs bought in on it because they're like it's going to get rid of 280E, and all the cannabis publications are all hyping it up and promoting it and da 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 da, and all they're doing is spewing a false narrative to the overall public.
I don't know, man. Joe Biden, and I'm trying not to make the jokes about his age and everything, but he's just looking very, very beleaguered as of late, and very, very
Throw his
tired.
dirt.
Beleaguered, huh? That's a cute
he
word.
needs a win. He needs a win, and the Democrats need some kind of energy because
I don't
Donald
know if
Trump
he.
is just out there talking,
I don't.
just talking whatever shit he wants to talk.
Why
And they didn't do
are we
nothing.
a law where you can't run for president after a certain age? Like you
I
have
don't-
to be able to live through your term. Like, this is ridiculous.
How to amend the Constitution.
Yeah, that's
But
Yeah.
we need to.
Yeah.
In
That
a
ain't
lot
gonna
of
happen.
places.
And we all know how the Republicans feel about amendments and any type of movement on the Constitution. It's just not going to happen. I don't see it happening.
This is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. Is when the Constitution was written back then, people didn't live until they were 85 years old. Rarely. I mean, you had a few of the founders that lived into their older age, but generally speaking, people did not live, past like the 50, 60-year range. So you really didn't have people in office holding public office that controlled the laws of an entire country. That maybe had some scruples that weren't all there. So I'm not saying that about Biden, but what I am saying is that once we get to a certain age, our mental capacity begins to diminish. And I believe when you reach the age of life expectancy, which is 70 for a man, teetering on that area.
Oh,
That's just my opinion.
Interesting.
Very, very, very well said. And plus, those guys, anybody that's in that age range, including your best friend Trump, they don't know what's best for us going into this future. This is uncharted times. We need young people in there anyway.
They got a foot and a half in the grave already. How could they possibly be in touch with what's happening out here in the day-to-day real world?
I don't know. I think
every bit of information that they get is through somebody else's filter, somebody else's lens.
I don't know. I think
the whole nation. I think everybody outside of Congress agrees that we should not be letting all these super old folks run our country. And this is not taking sides of anybody on any of these wartime issues that we're dealing with right now. But the responses to both Ukraine and what's going on in Gaza do not resonate with the majority of this country. And if we are going to get into these wars and meddling in other countries and their affairs, we should get the sentiment from the country first, because we need to close the border. Number one, we need to handle everything that's going on the border. Number two, we need to handle all this violence and everything in the streets that we're dealing with at home. And if we can't get that done, why do we have these old ass people that are running this country continuing to talk about other shit that's going on that has nothing to do with us? It does not have a direct effect on us right now. You know what does? Cannabis reform. You know what can help out with this quote unquote opioid crisis? Cannabis reform. and stuff like that needs to be pushed forward, and instead it just keeps on getting turned into the can that gets kicked down the road time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
I say burn it down.
Of course you do. Anarchist ways.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
No growth like new growth.
I think you stated that very nicely, Rico. And on that, we're going to go to a commercial, and we're going to be right back.